Oh, hi, this is Elizabeth Fish, Narrative Learning Group. So I'm going to take it slow so it'll be easier to edit and stuff. But yeah, here we go. Cool. Question 1. What did you learn from this course? So I learned a lot about the different strategies on educating adult learners, but specifically how to apply those theories and strategies in the classroom as well as outside of the classroom, such as in the workforce. And for me, I think that'll prove invaluable looking at the different career paths I may go into. Second question. What did you like or dislike about our online discussions, group project, and this course in general? So, some things I liked. First thing I liked is the group project. Now, normally, I don't like group projects. However, in this class, it proved to be very useful and invaluable for me because it gave me the opportunity to work with other people in the class. It made me feel more connected to the class, but it also created an environment where I had another resource if I had questions. So if I didn't know something about an assignment, even if it didn't deal with our group project, I knew I could email my group members and they'd be like, "Oh, here's where you can find this information," or something like that. And for me, it proved to be an invaluable resource, very useful and very helpful, and it made me feel more connected. Another thing I really liked about this course was the online discussions. So those helped me understand the course content, engage with the course content, and also engage with my peers. So, for example, if I didn't understand a theory or something like that, I was able to see what other people wrote and how they understood it. Whereas, you just read the textbook and then look at the, and write a post, I got to see what other people thought as well, and their input and examples, for me, proved to be very useful in understanding the topic material in this course. Now, there were some things I disliked. For example, one of the things I disliked was I was unsure about the depth of some of the discussion posts. So when I first started out, I was like, how much information does she want with the discussion posts? So perhaps in the future, maybe have a example post, something like that, because I didn't know if you wanted citations or something like that. So maybe in the future, implement that. Third question. How do you think the project was able to help you understand the practical field and the theories? So, in looking at that, the project really helped me narrow down and understand one theory. So my group was Narrative Learning Group. It really helped me understand narrative learning theory even better. But also, it gave me and my group members a way to talk about the theory. So if I didn't understand something, I could always ask them. They could ask me. We could talk about it, engage about it, and work about it. And one of the things that I thought was really cool about, especially my group, is when we were talking about how we wanted to create the design of the project, we all were throwing in examples and talking about things in a deeper way. And for me, that was really helped me better understand the topic. And then we got to apply it. So many of us used examples from our real work lives. And then we were like, what's something that we all need to understand better in the workplace? And one of those was navigating conflict. And so for me, this resource was really useful. And that's how I think we applied it and we put it into practice, not only in creating a project that looked at an in-depth way of understanding narrative theory, but also in engaging with other people and creating a conversation about it. Fourth question, use examples to tell us how the various learning resources in weekly discussions help you understand the theories and how to apply these theories to practice. So, weekly discussions, you're always doing them. They're due every Wednesday. Comments are due every Sunday. And how they really helped me was I was able to honestly look at what my peers had posted. So a lot of the questions asked for, hey, give us an example or things like that. And so one of the ways that helped me was specifically I got to read through other people's examples and I was like, oh, I've done that, or I've been through that before, or I got to empathize with their story, even though maybe I hadn't experienced it. And I got to see the theory come alive and see the practical implications of it within people's lives. For me, that was really cool. Another way that all helped is the course provided videos. And so I got to see a lot of different perspectives that were kind of outside of, just my instructor's point of view. So if you're in a regular lecture class, the instructor's lecturing on a topic, whereas this time I got to see like a lot of different people's share information and share perspectives. So that was really cool, and it made for a really cool resource. And how I guess that helped me understand was this multitude of perspectives. Honestly, with a YouTube video, there's other videos out there that talk about the same topic, and so I got to dig deeper if I wanted to. And so that was a really cool resource that I got to dig deeper if I didn't understand a topic. So, what do you suggest to better support your learning? And what suggestions do you have for future students? So for future students, I guess to better, so first off, sorry. So to better support my learning, I would definitely say maybe provide more resources, but the text was very good. Sorry. To better support my learning, I think it would be useful to implement a little bit more depth within the discussion questions. So some of them, they provided like a YouTube video and to read some chapters in the book. I think it could be also interesting to see a couple more academic articles included. So seeing how research has implemented that, I think including a couple of those in discussion would be very useful, especially from a research perspective. So what do you suggest for future students? So a couple things. This course is like, their discussion posts are due every Wednesday. Discussion comments are due on Sundays. You have group projects. You have a lot of due dates in this class. And in my experience, a little bit more than your, average grad class that meets in person. So what I would strongly recommend is to, first off, have a set time to work on things in this course. So for example, that could be like Tuesday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then, Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That'll keep you on track so you can go through the material, do the reading, make sure you have your postings, and you have a scheduled time in order to do your work. And that's what I do, and for me that's been really helpful. But another thing you could also do is get a calendar. I have a calendar and I write down all my due dates. And that way I can see where I'm going and what I'm doing. And because of the amount of due dates in this class, it's given me a visual example of like, oh, that's due on Wednesday. I need to get that done tonight, or something like that. And so that's been really helpful as well. Also, my third suggestion, if you don't know, ask. So within this course, one of my favorite things about it is they provide a lot of resources to students, whether that be emailing Dr. Chang or emailing our graduate assistant or emailing your group or honestly emailing anybody in the class or just, asking a question in a discussion post. There's a lot of resources out there of people who can help you. Dr. Chang, she emailed me back within 10 minutes once, which was awesome and really great. But also, there's also your group members that you can reach out to and other people in the class. So overall, those are my 3 suggestions. Cool. Oh, and yeah, thank you so much for editing this. Appreciate it. All right, have a great day. Bye.